What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will try to save an old giant bike from the scrapper. I will not only try to bring it back to life, but also upgrade it to a gravel bike. All parts that are obviously defective will be replaced with new ones. At the end of the video, I will also provide a breakdown of the cost to illustrate how much this project has cost. I found a bike on the local marketplace and thought it was interesting. It was a giant, had the right frame geometry, and the chameleon-like paint job was faded from cool blue to warm purple. Caught my eye. Flip-flop paint jobs was trendy in the early 2000s, so I assumed the frame must be around 20 years old or more. The condition of the bike was terrible. Some parts were missing, such as the seat and seat tube. Others were obviously defective, such as the brakes and levers. The chain was completely rusted and could no longer be moved. Someone had already tried to convert the bike. It had an 8-speed SRAM shifter, but a 7-speed cassette in the rear. The wheels were different and also not from this bike. The paintwork had also seen better days, but in my eyes, the bike had potential. At first glance, the rear front end was wide enough to fit wide gravel tires, so I started dismantling it. That moment when your brand new tool is defeated by the workpiece puree. The only thing that helps is letting off steam with the grinder. Up to this point, disassembly had gone quite smoothly. First, the threads broke. Then, the crank could only be removed from the shaft with repeated application of heat and rust solvent. However, the crankset was so tight that it took 2 days to remove it. After the crankset was finally surgically removed, I cleaned the frame completely and polished the paint a little. I didn't intend to repaint the frame. I wanted to preserve the color shift paint with its history. Now I can start assembling it.
Welcome home. If missing you made me stronger, then I'd be Superman. If I fly around the world, it wouldn't take me longer than it would to be your man. I'd fight 1,000 guys, live to die 1,000 lives. Oh, I'd find another way to make me smarter, just so I could understand. I'll find what you're looking for, just so I could understand. 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 I'll find what you're looking for, just so I could understand. I'll find what you're looking for, what it takes to be your man. Take the clothes right off my back, put the knife against my throat. Say you leave and won't come back, but I'll find a way to forgive you. Cut the strings off my guitar, stomp your heels into my toes, steal the keys right out my car, and I'll find a way to forgive you. I'd fight 1,000 guys, live to die 1,000 lives. Oh, I'd find another way to make me smarter, just so I could understand. I'll find what you're looking for, lead you away, just so I could understand. I'll find what you're searching for, keep you away, just so I could understand. I'll find what you're looking for, lead you away,
adjust the rear derailleur, I also use an extender that allows me to regulate the tension in the cable. This changes its length with turn and puts tension on the cable. After provisionally assembling the bike, I took it for a test ride to check that everything was working properly. It turned out that I could only use 8 of the 10 gears. After thinking about it for a moment, I realized that the problem could be caused by 3 components: the sty, the cassette, and of course the rear derailleur. So I did some research, checked the components, and found that although the derailleur was designed for 10 gears, it was not compatible with the Shimano Tiago 4710 speed sty. I then got a new Rex dual lure and a Master 10 speed cassette from Shimano with 36 teeth in first gear. As it turned out later, this solved the problem and I was able to shift through all the gears. Let's take a look at the result. The bike rides really well and has a very smooth ride. The wide range of gears makes it fast but also easy to ride uphill. The wide tires make it very comfortable but are also quiet at the same time. The drop bar is very comfortable. What I like less is the drop bar tape. The quality is not what I expected. I also messed up the wrapping a bit. I've already ordered a new, slightly more expensive one and will replace it soon. Let's take a look at the expenses for this project. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't like and don't subscribe. See ya next time.